Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Detention Lucifer, or Satan, from Team End of the World, and we are coming back from Salem Regionals of December 3rd, 2011, and I placed 6-2, top eights, and it was pretty good, man. Playing against the undefeated player, smashed him. Alright, so I'm just here to show you what I ran, and if you've seen the last video that I made, it was the rescue dinos, or rabbits, whatever. So I'm just going to start off with the monsters real quick. So, main engine and decks, rabbits, these pulls out the vanilla monsters, Sabersaurus, Capazools. You go into Lagia or any other XYZ materials or possible synchros if you can. Beautiful combos these days. These guys were amazing, especially this against Thunder King Ryos, Tengus, or whatever. It was so nice. And then you have tour guides. Now this sets up combos for tour guide into Sangan to search into Rabbit, or you do it into tour guide for Levier. And you just use Levier's effect to bring back Rescue Rabbit and start the combo to bring out Lagia, Dolka, Utopia, or anything like that. These guys can also bring out Leviathan, Zen Mains if you have to get over situational problems. And you just bring them back through Pot Virus if you can. And these babies, Jurrac. I know a lot of people were skeptical about this because the monster that comes out through this guy can't attack. But the great thing about Guaiba is that all he has to do is just destroy a monster. And it does not have to go to the graveyard. So it works if you have Macro or D-Fisher on the field and you just pop one of the monsters. You can bring in another Guaiba. Then main phase 2, XYZ, summon. For Lagia or Doka or whatever you need. And from Guaiba, you bring out Monolith if you have to. It's a 3-star tuner, and it can attack all monsters that your opponent controls once. This is great for getting over tokens, little walls, and stalling cards like that. He's also a tuner, so you can make Black Rose, Stardust, Scratch Dragon if you manage to steal the monster, or you have enough properties to make it. Then there's the Gorse for protection against OTKs, some kind of burn damage or anything like that. It's not really a staple, but I just like this guy because he's beefy. And then here is the little Sangan, which is used to search out for tour guides or rescue rabbits. And next is spell cards. 3 Forbidden Lances. These guys were beautiful with Jurrac Guaiba because all you have to do is lower your opponent's monsters during the damage calculation and destroy it, and you get to special summon a monster and XYZ summon. Or if you have a vanilla monster like Cabazools or Sabersaurus versus a bigger monster, just use these during damage steps so they can get over it. And it goes into situational problems against like Lagia versus Scrap Dragon. Use this again during damage step. So a lot of dinosaur monsters don't have beefy attack, so you use these guys. And then 3 Gold Sarks to search for Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Pot of Avarice, Rescue Rabbit, Tour Guides. The favorite combo I enjoy is you do 1 for Rescue Rabbit and then Tour Guide if you can. Or if you happen to have a lucky situation, you just do Rescue Rabbit and use a Tour Guide to effect to bring out Levier and take the rabbit. And then 2 Pod Dualities. These guys, I used to run 3, but I didn't like how it just sits in my hand most of the time. And this is situational because it stops special summons. But if you have nothing but vanilla monsters or Ryos for one turn summons, these guys are very helpful because they pull out your spell cards faster or traps. 2 MSTs. It's to get rid of back row cards like Solemn Warning, Judgment, Torrential, Bombless, which is the biggest problem against the deck. I considered running 3, but it's personal preference. I don't like 3 MSTs. It's dead draws most of the time. And then 2 D-Fishers. These guys work great in this deck. A lot of you might think, why are you running this? Because you run XYZ materials, everything will just get removed. But it doesn't work like that. When you have XYZ materials, and you send them to the graveyard, they go to the graveyard. They don't get removed from play, only the monster. Because during the process you activate the effect, they're materials, not monsters. So, don't know if you guys know that, but it's a great way to use it. Then here's Pot of Avarice. So, like as I stated earlier, the D-Fishers, since the monsters, XYZ materials go to the graveyard, just bring them back to recycle. Great game changer today, too. Dark Hole to clean out the field. Monster Reborn to take back things you need. Mind Control, a personal favorite tech to steal anything and use as a XYZ summon or synchro summon. And Heavy Store to clean out back row. And then Mirror Force for protection for your weaker monsters. Torrential to clean out everything. Solemn Judgment to protect Lagia or Doka or any of your big monsters. And warnings against Gores, Balfader, Chargodia for your big push. Beautiful. And now we're going to the extra deck. So I have only one Utopia at the moment, but I consider running two because this guy's great for bringing out level 4 savers if you need it, since he's the only decent one besides Lagia. Then I run 3 Lagias. These guys are also one of the main components of the deck. You use 3, so they're forced to use Heavy Storm or Dark Hole to get rid of this guy, or force me to use his effects. Then there's 2 Dokas. I didn't really like 3 because there are times when people aren't going to use monster effects. Example, BLS versus this. Obviously, they're just going to attack it. They're not going to use their effects, you know. And then there's Roach. I have never used this guy before, but it's better to have one than not need one. But he stops JD, BLS, or any high level monsters that have inherit summons. Leviathan to get over Stardust, Scrapjack, and any other big boss monsters that I need to get over if Lagia or any of my other monsters can't. 1 Leviair. I prefer to run 2, but at the moment I have space problems and I don't have a second one. But get 2 if you can, because this is the engine of the deck for tour guides. 1 Zenmains. This helps save you from situational problems with deadlocks, example against Reapers or Marshmallows or anything like that. So if this is on the field, you just play Dark Hole, cast its ability, pop of either back row monster if it can die. 1 Trishula to clean out problems like against Tengu plants or agents or something like that. Stardust, I didn't need to use him a lot today. He was alright. He did save a couple of my monsters, but I didn't like how he was 2,500 versus a bunch of big boss monsters. It was pretty sad. So maybe Scrap Dragon would be a better choice instead. Then there's Black Rose Dragon, using a Jurrac Monolith and a level 4 monster. You can clean out the field, open up plays with Rescue Rabbit or Tour Guides if you can. Brio to clean out everything. Since XYZ materials are bounced, they go to the graveyard, or you can stop stalling cards. And 1 Alex Justice Catastor to get over any non-dark monsters. And we still good, right? We got the side deck now. I side into these guys if I play against machines. I did not play against any Karkuris or Machinas, but these guys are really good if you can use them. 2 Cyber Dragons, so you can get over anti-meta cards or any big monsters, such as like Thunder King Ryo, Doomcow, or anything like that. 2 Thunder King Ryos. I used these guys so much today, it was unbelievable. For about 7 rounds worth, I had to use these guys. They stop any searching cards, stop any special inherit summons, and a lot of mirror matches today. 1919, not a happy sight, but thank God for Lances. And then 2 Debunks. This is specifically more for Dark Worlds. I mean, you can use them against Tengu plants if you want, but Dark World's more of a problem because they activate all their effects in the graveyard. Lagia can't negate anything from the graveyard except Doka, but if they bait out Doka a lot, I can't do shit. So, the Debunks is for the win. And then 2 Deep Presence. Another set of 2 cards that I use a lot today. This saves your monsters mostly and yourself. This gets over Stardust because Stardust can only stop destruction cards. And this does not destroy. So, Then 2 Bondless. This is against mirror matches or Tengu plants. If they rescue rabbit into Cobblezools or Sabresauruses, you use these to knock out the 2 monsters, and they cannot bring them back in any other kind of way, unless they return from a different dimension or something. 1 chain disappearance. I considered running 2 before, but there was a space issue, and I didn't really need to use this a lot today. But you use chain disappearance to stop rescue rabbits and tour guides, or any other little monster problems, like shine balls. 1 to Swombat. I was anticipating a lot of chain burns today, and there were, but I didn't have a chance to face them. But this guy's a great card to use against them, so... Yep, and then 2 Fishers. These guys, because they target Spear Reapers, Marshmallows, any other little monsters that get in my way. But what I liked about these today were, if there was just example, 1 Loggy on the field, I can activate this to bait them out. And they either have to use the effect or let it die. And these were also good lifesavers. So, that's my Dino Rabbit deck for Salem Regionals. And it was pretty consistent. I mean, there was only one time when I had all vanilla monsters in my hand. But overall, I enjoyed the deck, and there weren't a lot of problems with it. But thanks a lot of help from my friend Sky714, aka Destroyer, Big Buddha, and a lot of other people. They made this deck work pretty good, man. So yeah, we're hoping to see this deck a lot more in action down in Long Beach, California, or any other regionals or big events later. So stay tuned.
Show us your binder.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah. Prove that you were top cheese.
Ooh, I'm sorry, but I'm sexy. I know it.
Peace out, you two.